Welcome everybody to the No Society Association stream. I am Dom the Don. This guy right here is E-Pill.
E-Pill, E-Cheddar,
Right there.
E-Paper,
That's him.
E-Pill.
This is our
That's
first
me.
YouTube video / podcast, whatever you would like to call it. So we are going to get this started, and it's probably not the best with the background, and then he's on Skype. So, but we're gonna make it work. I don't know what he's doing right now or where he went. He made himself disappear, but that works. But we are going to the topics of discussion today is going to be gun control, whether it should not be a thing, and the reasons why. You can go ahead and come back now, guy. Along with this advertisement that popped up on the side of you on Skype. Like, what the fuck? Be ready with secret weapons trusted by memes. Or something like that. Anyway, but we're going to be talking about gun violence, gun control, whether we should have it, whether we shouldn't, and how far we should go with it. And then incidences that have taken place with, like, I'm right here. With, like, like Sandy Hook and the Orlando shooting and things along that line. So, Corbin, take it from here. We're probably going to end up on other topics as well, because we do that.
I will take it from here. This is my podcast voice, and this is how I will speak for the rest of the podcast. Yes, indeed. Sip from your drink, my good boy.
Yes.
So, first, I'd say we're going to speak of the most recent mass shooting, which was in Orlando, Florida, at a club of homosexual orientation. Of course, directly after the incident, we have many people coming with speculation, as we always do, because it totally matters what the murderer ate 2 minutes prior.
Because of your voice, you're much louder.
Really?
Yes.
Hat back on.
Oh, here comes the hat, so he just had to change a personality.
There we go. All right. No, but... So, anyways, let's continue with bedtime stories with Corbin. So, the Orlando shooter has been told to be a Muslim. Not a surprise, if you ask me. What do you say, Dom? Not a surprise?
Well... Now, let me put this out there. I don't have an issue with Muslim people.
Nobody said that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. So nobody gains any speculations of what it is that we say or, run their own little way with it. I don't have any issues with Muslims. But the trend and the way that it has been going is has been Muslim-type individuals. Yes, the penis with gun control. That have been taking part in these shootings, whether it be due to ISIS or whatever the issue may be.
A little bit Washington Post here. I actually have not looked at this article yet, but this is just one of the thousands of articles out there right now. And this one actually is specifically about what we're talking about, Orlando shooting, the key things to know about guns and mass shootings in America.
Lose the little Skype picture of me right there. That's me in a double. We don't need two of me.
Where?
Just click the little X. Yeah, there you go.
Do I? Should I?
Yeah, it won't end the call.
Yeah, boy. Alright, so let's go over the main incident. So, for anyone who doesn't know, 50 people are dead after a man opened fire inside a gay nightclub in Orlando, and dozens more were left wounded. I believe the number was 49 people actually killed and 53 wounded. This man was carrying an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle with a 30 capacity magazine, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if he had any extra sights or cool guy tactical stuff.
Yeah, from what I'm aware of, he had a Glock 17. 17
Oh yeah, he had a Glock 17 too, and he didn't have any. I don't think he had body armor, which really none of it would have mattered anyway. So really, let's talk about this shooting specifically. We can talk about this crap and stuff
So
late.
one of the things that came along with the shooting was the so I got a text earlier it was yesterday from Amanda, and there was this conspiracy theorist was like, let's see if I can find exactly what it is. Okay, so he says the math doesn't add up. A man walks into a nightclub with an AR-15, shoots 103 people in under 7 minutes at 2 a.m. The majority of the victims were shot multiple times, some as many as 12 times, with reports of several dozen rounds fired in the air and several dozens of rounds missing. 3 hours later, engages in a gun battle with 9 police officers that last nearly an hour. So he goes to say, so let me get this straight. One lone shooter in under 7 minutes reloaded his AR-15 30 times with 30-round magazines in under 7 minutes, firing nearly 1,000 rounds of .223 ammunition while in a nightclub surrounded by 320 people. Because apparently it was from what I read, it was a 6 hour.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Managing to kill and injure 1/3 of them. Anyway, so he's saying, goes on to say, he has so many years of experience with AR-15s, it would take him nearly 7 minutes to reload 30 rounds, let alone having to aim and shoot 1,000 rounds of semi-automatic in between firing dozens of rounds into the air, screaming Aloha snack bar, just saying something doesn't add up.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure I agree with him because there was also a Snapchat video of one of the girls that died there. Right? She was in the middle of doing a Snapchat video, and you hear, I think it's like, I listened to it a couple times, it's like 17 rounds go off in a matter of like 7 seconds.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah.
That's how I did it. Yeah, it's as fast as you can go.
Yeah, first off, he's not really aiming. He's just spraying.
Yeah.
And that's all you gotta do. And then, yeah, it was like 17 rounds in a matter of 7 seconds. So... I'm not really too sure where this guy's going, trying to say that there's more. I don't know if he's speculating that there's more shooters or what it may be, but dude, you could totally go through that many rounds of ammunition in 7 minutes. Especially if he already has his magazines loaded. And see,
how many
people, we're talking from experience here. I did 6.5 years in the Army, and Corbin can talk about himself.
Yes, I did about 5 years in the Army. And then I was a drill sergeant for the reserves, and then I did some contracting work here and there. You know, like a shiesty old dude. But either way, so yeah, no, how many rounds did you say again? You said?
I mean, I don't know what the actual storyline is, but this dude's speculating. He just says thousands of rounds. You know, he's like, let's see here. Finally, nearly 1,000 rounds. Surrounded by 320 people, takes a 3-hour break, and then engages in a gun battle lasting nearly an hour with the SWAT team. But I mean, it's not hard. 7 minutes firing 1,000 rounds, or whatever it may be. Like
1,000, yeah. Well, either way, you can probably pop off quite a bit of rounds in 7 minutes, especially if it's a huge crowd in front of you. And it's not like you have to take precision shots. You just go pew 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 pew. You know,
you're just firing. I mean, it's people. It's a group of people, and they're they're all in one location. So you're gonna fire in a direction. You're gonna hit somebody. I mean,
yeah.
So I don't think that there was more than one individual. And then there's also speculation that I've heard. I don't know how true this is, but of people being like, maybe there was more people, and then they acted like the victim. Like the guy, they all went in, and then some of them acted like the victim, so they want to get caught.
Yeah, what do you mean, like hoax?
Yeah.
No. That's already all over the internet.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't see that, because all the weapons that they found was the handgun and the AR-15. So, if there was other shooters, where are the other weapons? Like... It just doesn't make sense. Yeah,
they tunneled out. They were gophers. No, I don't think any of that happened. I think it happened exactly how it said on the press. But my thing is, I think that shooter, he had a security guard license, totally clean background check, except for he was investigated twice with the FBI by the FBI. For possible ties to a terrorist group, which that's some shiesty info. No one even knows where that came from. That just kind of popped up in the news, and they're like,
Well, he was investigated twice by the FBI, and he got a gun.
I'm like, where are your source for this? And if anyone can correct me, please do, because I want to know. But so anyway, and also Hillary Clinton, is being investigated by the FBI, but she's still on the ballot for president. So, I mean, same thing, right? No.
I mean, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever, I guess. Anyway, so yes, that guy, he by no means looked like a shooter at all. Just even though he was like, maybe had looked up some sites about ISIS and he's a Muslim, so you can connect those two. But even then, like, he wasn't the average shooter because he had a security guard license, worked as a security guard, normal American dude. His father was a good Muslim citizen. I mean, fairly good. I don't know much about them all, his family. But by all standards, when he went to buy that rifle, they weren't like, red flag, you're totally different. You're a felon, or, oh, you look like you're about to go kill you some gays. Here's this rifle. Yeah, I don't think that part that is in the news so much is such a big deal that he got a rifle legally. Like, anyone can get a rifle legally or illegally and go off the handle. You go off the handle with your with a rock and kill 3 people.
And that's the thing, like, what happened in Orlando is sad. It's sad to hear. But I've been saying this for a while. If you have a congregation of people in an area, a small area especially, like malls or clubs or any venue, and you don't have proper security, like at our fucking malls, man, alright? Our malls, we have security guards with flashlights, maybe tasers, and little fucking moped things that they drive around on, dude, like they're not
those are killers.
They're not gonna do anything. It's not gonna protect you in an area like that. But that's whenever it trickles over into gun control. How are we gonna control this? First off, let me say, I do not believe that the government should be able to be allowed to tell somebody, you can or you cannot have a gun. We go back to the Constitution. It says that we have the right to be able to get an armed militia to raise up against the government in case, need be. If they get too powerful, they try to control too much of a situation and oppress on us and our rights. And when you give an organization or the government that much power to where they can start to do this, which is going to be fed by us, the people, saying that they can do that, that is a problem.
Yes. Absolutely. If you starting to think that, here's what I was talking to my lady about this today, and she was talking about how her friends from Norway, and she's like, well, you just take away all the guns, that'd solve all the problems. We don't have guns in Norway, but there's mass shootings in Norway, even though they don't have any guns. I don't know if their police have guns or not. She didn't go that far, but I mean, there's mass shootings still there. It's like, or you look in Japan where guns are banned. You still got the Yakuza. The Yakuza have fucking fully automatic machine guns, and they pretty much run the show out there. Not totally. A lot of it's behind the scenes because they know better than to be up front the whole time. But if they want to, they can pretty much mow down a city corner, and then threaten the cops who don't have any guns. They have bamboo sticks or whatever they have. And, what are they going to do? Be like, yeah, I'm going to beat you up, buddy. Shoot at me. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. When you get... See, people don't look at it. Because, I saw a meme the other day saying, I'm so tired of hearing these people say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And then underneath it said, like, knives don't cut tomatoes, people cut tomatoes. And it had a person's hand on tomatoes, cutting the tomatoes.
That's pretty good.
And it's just like,
I like that.
I get the concept of where you're going, but It's true, okay? Like when all this gun violence really actually started kicking off, it was like around like 2010 or somewhere after that is when it started happening. But before then, and even after then, people are fucking crazy, okay? People are crazy. They kill people. That's what they do. They're fucking nuts. They don't need a gun, okay? They can use a knife, like that guy that went inside of that school and killed all those kids with knives, like. You don't. The gun thing isn't going to stop it. And then when you take guns from the people that can actually have guns, like me, I was in the army, right, for fucking 6.5 years. I can't even have a gun because of some shit that I got in trouble for back when I was 17, and then I got tried as an adult here in the state of Texas, and then I go into the fucking army, and I'm in the army. I'm infantry. I fucking was in a sniper platoon or sniper section in Fort Hood. Trained in all these aspects, and then I get out and they tell me I can't have a fucking gun. And fuck, with all this shit that's going on now, I'm probably never gonna get. It's probably never gonna be able to get a gun. But
and it's not like, and you serve. I mean, that happened a long time ago, and you served honorably. So that's basically like you did your time anyway. And he was like 17 years old when this happened. So I mean, people make mistakes, but did 7 years in the army. So it's like, But nope, still doesn't count. You know why? Because, hold on, let me share my screen with you. Let me share my screen with you.
All right. But as he's doing this, it's like, yes, like I can't get a gun. And that was, I'm 27 now, I was 17, so it's 10 years ago. And I fought personally for my own rights. Like, I fought for my right to have a weapon and defended other people's rights. And I served 2 tours in Iraq, and now we're dealing with this. It's not showing whatever you're trying to show.
Oh, it isn't? Oh.
It's on your
good. Lucky
screen.
you.
But, yeah, I mean, those are the type of issues that we run into. But the thing is, like, the Constitution was set up a certain way to where the government cannot oppress on us as much as they would like to, or they may choose to, or other people may want them to. It's set up that way, and it's set up that way for a reason.
Is it showing it?
It is
Is
not.
it showing it now?
Nope. It is not.
Okay. Well then, I'll stop sharing my screen.
So,
Oh.
that's just what that is. So, Emmanuel, let's hear your take on gun control. Why you think they should, why you think they shouldn't, why it's set up the way it is, and your disputes with people's
Well.
arguments. But
right.
before you
I
get to
think-
yours, the one comment that I will make is drugs. Drugs. Look at drugs.
Yes.
Before this whole gun thing was an issue, you can't have cocaine, you can't have meth. Meth's banned, cocaine's banned, fucking marijuana was banned from the majority of states until just recently. Fucking people still have drugs. There's drugs being imported and exported all the time, and it's a mass major issue.
Laws
laws don't apply to
to
those
have
people.
laws, but don't get me wrong, the rule of law is important, but however, like stuff like drugs and guns, you actually are creating a market. So now the cartel wouldn't exist without our war on drugs. Our war on drugs pretty much funds them because we fucking created a demand for these products, so same thing would happen with guns. Like, oh well, I can't get a gun legally, so now I'll just go get one from the cartel. Huge market, and no one's gonna stop. It's illegal in Mexico. The cartel's illegal, but they're still gonna exist. So I mean, that's a whole different story. But can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Yeah, I could go all day on why gun control doesn't work. I mean, you got guys like me or any other veterans that, or even anybody, most civilians who have a concealed carry take the time to go through a class, not because they're required to, because they want to. They go train, and when you have a gun on you, it's in a holster. It's in a holster like so. I'm just gonna fucking stop trying to screen share because this is stupid and it makes me sad. How does this work? There. All right, can you see me? I can't see you.
I cannot see you. It's doing a load. There it goes.
Yeah. So, most of the time, if you have a gun on you and you're concealed carry, licensed, it'll be something like this, where the trigger can't be pulled here. It can't just pull itself. It can't just pull itself, and it'll be in your pants. Right? It's not dangerous. It's only dangerous if you do this. Now it's dangerous. But I thought about that. So, and the only time you're supposed to do that is if your life is actually fully in danger. So, someone's robbing a store. That's no big deal. You can be a good witness. And most CCW handlers know this. You be a good witness. If no one's going to die, just keep it that way. Let him steal the $200. $200 is worth somebody's life. Let him steal $200, get a good description of him, and tell the cops. But if he takes a shotgun, points it at you, and is about to pull the trigger, or just points it at you, you can be like, pew pew, you're dead. I killed you. Pew pew, pew pew, pew pew, pew. And that's pistols. This pistol right here holds 18 bullets. That AR holds 30. So really, not much of a huge difference. That AR is not like a super killing machine. It's just a sport rifle, really, because it doesn't have fully automatic. It's just a rifle that looks cool. It's a cool guy rifle. That's it. So that pistol can do just as much damage as that rifle, and is quicker to reload. I can reload that pistol quicker than I can the rifle. A lot quicker, and it can carry a lot more ammo.
Now, granted, there is a difference in the round type and like the amount of that it can penetrate. But I mean,
penetration's no big deal.
Once again, we're talking from experience here. Like, you guys can't see, but in the background behind him, he also has an AR.
Yeah, I put it over somewhere else.
So it's not like we're just blabbering out the mouth and we're just talking shit, which I'm sure under the comments down below we'll probably have that.
Which is fine. I mean, and that's the one thing that I will say is that it's not that anyone else's opinion is invalid. Like, you have your reasons, and if you can articulate your argument, then that's great, but don't just go splattering out the mouth like, guns are bad, I know everything, I'm the best, and Trump is evil, and Clinton is a god, and, Obama saved fucking Uganda from alien attack. Just crazy shit like that. Like, golly, man. I mean,
have some factual basis with what it is that you talk about.
And you know what? And stats don't really count that well. All right, because stats aren't the whole populace. I hate to tell you. I did criminal justice, and I know about the UCR, Uniform Crime Report, and that's good, but it doesn't cover the dark figure of crime. I mean, and even so, on the Uniform Crime Report for 2014, 2015 isn't out yet, you'll still find that murders with guns are low. The mass shootings are really the only big murders with guns. And, I mean, that's just murders with guns. But here's let me show you something that I thought was funny about, because I was watching this on the news, actually, as it was happening. And if I can get it to share my screen. And this is the only thing I could find. It says Orlando shooting hoax crisis actor or whatever, but this is the only thing I could find. Because I think this kid was fake, but only because I think he was just trying to get his 15 minutes of fame. I don't think he was like hired or anything, because he really sucks. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's like towards the end. Let's see if you can hear it. Can you hear anything?
No.
Okay. So, if you could hear this, you gotta do what you gotta do. The whole time talking like this. And just look. He never actually looks at this guy. And they always talk about his friend Chris, right? Let's go on further. Let's see his description. He's a good guy, one of my really good friends, and I don't know where he is at all. He said this about 40 times. And the whole time he's talking like this, like he's Cartman of his... He's not answering his phone. I can't go to the hospital. I can't, so I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, where's the description? He's my main priority, as we say. So, hold on, here it comes. So if you could talk to him, or if you could have anyone, and he's saying, it's like this guy doesn't even know that he's fake as hell. Like, look at his face. What's this? Nothing's gonna stop that. There's no bullet that could ever break a friendship that you could have with somebody. What? Like, why aren't you here's his description. Where's it at? It's so fake, dude. Hold on, here we go. No. Okay, well, anyway, so they asked him for a description of his friend Chris, and he's like, what's his last name? And he doesn't say anything. And then they're like, well, give me a description. He's like, and then he looks away a little bit, and then he's like, he's 5'9". I'm like, oh my God, that's it? He's your best friend. He means this much to you. And all you know is that he's 5'9". He's 5'9". That is all I know about this guy. So was my screen even sharing that whole time?
Yeah, I can see it.
No, right, good. Or is it? Stop sharing. So there, okay,
I don't know,
whatever.
I don't know how well the recording, like I said, it's getting kind of choppy because I'm on my laptop instead of my desktop.
Oh, whatever.
Hopefully the video's still good. I'm pretty sure it will hear us the entire time, but the video's kind of freezes at times.
Yeah.
It is the first podcast, though. These things will happen until we figure this out, get this right.
So that was interesting to me. I was like, man, this guy, he's either trying to get his 15 minutes of fame, because the whole time he's like, and I don't know if anything will ever be the same, and I'm like, God, that's not, and you don't know what your friend looks like, and you're just, I don't, he might have been there, I don't know, but like he said, he heard it and ran out the back door, like, that's it, bam, didn't come back, that's it. So no, it's not that crazy for him, but yeah. I don't know. Stupid people. It seems like every time something like this happens, there's always those people trying to get their 15 minutes of fame, looking like a chooch. looking like a chooch. Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, granted, the whole situation is bad. We're not trying to say that it's not. It's bad.
Of course, it's bad.
It's sad. Even though that it happened.
Bad. It's sad. I'm mad. Yeah. I mean. It's bad, but whatever. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
there's nothing you could have done. There's nothing anybody could have done. First of all, it's a bar, so that's one of those places you're not allowed to carry guns. So even law-abiding, gun-toting citizens, the good ones, like if I go out drinking, I'm not carrying my gun. I put it away, and if it is in my car. And I probably won't be driving if I'm drinking more than like a beer. Then I take it apart and put all the pieces in different parts of my car. So if I can't take it somewhere else, even if I'm just having a beer or two, I'll take it apart and put it in different parts of my car. So if I'm drunk, I'm not going to find it. And all the rounds are spread out too. So it's like it would take me a good 15 minutes to put it together and shoot something with it because I'm responsible. But so like there's no way if someone came into a bar that I could defend myself or anyone else. And it's the funny part too. Have you heard people saying like that what did they say? They were like oh, why didn't they just rush him?
Okay.
Yeah, let's rush the guy with the rifle.
So on that, topic right there. Okay, first off, the one thing that I love to hear from people is I would do this. This is what I would do. I would rush them. I would do this. I would do that. Okay, let me tell you first off about number one. There's there might be a couple of reasons, but number one, like 99% of the people don't join the military because they don't want to deal with shit like that. The other, couple percent might be like, I just don't want to be told what to do. Yeah, I mean, granted, you're full of shit. The point is, you don't want to deploy and go face a situation that you might not fucking be happy with or be able to handle. 99% of the population, when they start hearing real gunfire go off next to them, dude, it's not a joke, and this isn't a fucking video game, and it's not a TV show. 99% of the people, they're gonna freeze. They're just not gonna know what to do. It's a fucking scary noise. That's why most of the time a deterrent for somebody breaking in your house or trying to fuck with you is all you got to do is just, cock it back, fucking chamber around, or with a shotgun, fucking same thing, chamber around, just as soon as somebody hears that, dude, the terms change, the situation changes. So when they hear gunfire and the rounds actually going off near them, you're not going to react the way that like all these big bad boys like to think they're going to react. Unless you're...
Yeah, I would have done a front flip and jump kicked him right in the jaw, and he would have bit his tongue off, and then I would have shoved his tongue in his nose holes.
The majority...
He couldn't breathe because of blood in the nose holes.
The majority of the people are going to freeze, man. Even trained individuals, fucking... There's a lot of times that trained individuals will freeze as well. Like, it's just the way that people react. So there's the few that don't. But most of the time, those are trained individuals and people who are prepared for that. But
and in a crowd environment like that, where everyone's panicking, going crazy, you don't know where it's coming from, and then on top of that, if you don't know where it's coming from, or even if you do know where it's coming from, everyone else is just pushing against each other to get out that back door. Like, it's just there's so much shit going on.
It's hectic, man. It's fucking crazy.
They say why people freeze in high stress situations is because the analytical part of the brain is just overloading, trying to figure out what to do, and that's why muscle memory, that's
the training that takes over.
That's why training muscle memory is so important. So, in a situation like that, even a trained individual would have so much going on in his head, especially if he didn't have a weapon. Then they'd be like, "What?" They just be like, okay, well, I'm going to just run in a circle because I don't know what to do.
And that's the thing, right? Like, okay, so, like, when we get, like, all right, when I was deployed and I came back on leave, right? A couple of times I come back on leave or whatever it may be. There was a lot of times I'd find myself by muscle memory or habit looking for my weapon, right? I go to sleep. I'm at home. I don't even have my weapon with me, but I'm like, fuck, where's my weapon? Or, fuck. Where's my, my nods and my equipment? I got to have this on me at all times. And it's just habit. It's muscle memory. So, like he says, even if you're a trained individual and you're in this setting, your muscle memory is going to kick in. You're going to be like, shit, where's my gun? And then you're not going to have it. And then you're having these things go through your head like, well fuck. Right? Like, this is what I'm used to. And I can't react the way that I normally react. How am I going to handle this situation? And take that from a trained individual, like us, like 6.5 years in the Army, fucking 5 years in the Army, whatever it may be, or however much you've messed with these things. Like, we even have those couple seconds where we're like, what is this or what is that? We're having to contemplate this in our head. But take a regular individual, regular civilian, who doesn't even have any of this, and now they're scared fucking shitless. There's so much just panic and, crazy havoc going on. And people are getting shot, bodies are dropping. Like, dude, you're not gonna react the way that these people are like. This is what I would have done.
Backflipping drop kick, and you're not gonna go down tackling by one knee, grabbing the muzzle with the left hand at the same time, and then jacking him in the head with it, doing a fucking fireman's carry, landing on top of him like this, pulling out his pistol, and fucking shooting him in the dick 7 times, and then be like, yeah, I'm some kind of superhero.
Like, you're just gonna run. Like, if you think all that shit up and then you start running towards that, he's gonna fucking shoot you about 15 times.
Yeah, and that's
going on.
okay. So, and that's
doing.
the other thing, right? So people are like, why don't they bum rush this guy and take him out? Okay, one, you have to have more than one individual thinking this at the same time that you are and knowing that you're gonna do this in order for it to be a bum rush, right?
Yep.
In this setting where everybody's shooting, or this one lone gun's shooting, and everybody's panicking, the majority of people are not sitting there talking about, hey, let's go fucking bum rush this guy. They're like, no, fuck, where's the exit? God damn it,
Yeah.
I need to go, right? Like, that's what
Yeah.
they're thinking. They're not sitting there chatting about how they're going to do this. Is it possible to do that? It is possible.
Yeah,
it has to be
maybe.
planned, but also if you just go when he has an AR-15 and you're in front of him, because he was, from what I'm aware and what I read in the story, is he was standing in one of the two exits. He was blocking one of the two exits, right? So
Yeah,
if
the
his
main
back's
one, right?
yeah, and if his back's against the wall and he sees you guys bum rushing towards him, that's a lot of targets, man. I'm just
Yeah.
being
I
honest.
mean, if it's all of you hive minding everybody, then maybe yes, you might crush him with just sheer body force. And he's like, yeah, like that's crazy. But no, and then like the only situations I could see it happening is if he comes in and then some guy just happens to be pretty close, like within 2 feet, and he's shooting over here, and this guy's right here to where he can be like, oh, grab your shit,
yeah.
grab your shit, take control of it. But that would take, have to be really lucky and really,
And that
he
would-
wouldn't be able to see you.
And that would take that it would have to be a quick reaction. And like
Yeah, that would be
we
muscle
already talked
memory. That'd
about
be a
that.
reaction. And then the only other time was the guys in the bathroom setting up like an ambush. If he tried to get in the bathroom, that would be. But I mean, they were all in the fetal position in
Yeah,
there.
see,
so
and I had
they
a
couldn't do
conversation with this somebody before. They were like, well, why would you run into the bathroom? That's a death trap. Well, one, like we talked about, a lot of these people, they're just going, man. They're just trying to survive. They're not really, thinking about what is it that I'm doing, or
It's
how
the
can I survive?
first place they saw
Yeah.
to get out of the gunfire.
Yeah, so they went in there. At that point, yeah, you if you can get through this fuck I'm gonna die mind state, and actually take a second. But the thing is, just because you can do it, don't mean the people to the right or left of you are gonna be able to handle this situation. And if you could talk to them and get them to understand, okay, look, if this guy comes in here, we're going to, somebody be behind the door. So when he walks in, you try grabbing him from behind. We're going to come from the front. People try to come from the sides, or however, and it also depends on how the bathroom's set up. Like, it's just difficult, man. And, like, it can happen, but, I mean, the sad truth of it is you're going to have people go down in the midst of this happening. And it's going to it's going to take planning. And
In a short period of time, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to plan out something. And I mean, I guess it's better than just laying there and then he just comes in. He's gonna shoot all y'all
Well, see,
anyway.
and the thing is, and that's the thing, right? Like, a lot of people think in these situations, let's just drop down to the ground. Okay, now first off, I won't lie. If I was in that motherfucker and shit starts shooting, I'm gonna tell you right now, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop to the fucking ground. And I'm a low crawl. I'm not gonna stay there, okay? I'm a low crawl to some motherfucking cover until I can figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do next. Now, most people, they're not gonna think I'm gonna drop and I'm gonna low crawl. Most people think drop and act like a body, act like I haven't been shot, right? But then look, dude, this guy had plans, right? He planned this out. He went in there and he was shooting people that were already shot on the ground to make sure they were dead.
Oh yeah.
So, like, he already thought about this going in. Most people are like, I'm going to drop, I'm just going to play dead. I mean, yeah, but he didn't play that game, man. He knew what he was doing when he went in there. Now, me, like, I'm going to drop. I am going to drop so I can, minimize my
Silhouette.
my silhouettes.
Well, yeah, and he's just gonna shoot. He's just gonna keep shooting. So if you're on the ground, you're gonna be less likely to get hit. And that brings me to another thing that I was gonna talk about. What was it? I forgot. But oh yeah. So he had pretty much planned this out. Oh, and he was they said he had scoped the bar out several times before he went there.
Yeah.
He was a regular scoper, huh? Yeah, Sure, he was scoping it out. He was getting him some action, and one of his boyfriends.
Actually, according
over.
to talking about that, though, I did hear, I don't know how true it is, that he had been sending pictures of his penis on dating apps.
Nice.
To men, while he was also looking for a new wife. Now, granted, I don't know how, this is what I've heard from Amanda, but she reads a lot of that TMZ shit, so, I mean, it might be up there.
TMZ.
But,
Yeah.
point being, I don't know how true that is, but, I mean, I have seen a couple things pop up about whether he had been gay or bisexual or whatever, so I don't really know, like, whatever his motive or whatever would have been. And,
Yeah.
and the other thing, we were talking about ISIS, right? ISIS
Yes.
takes, he pledged his allegiance apparently when he called 911, because it was like I don't remember the time frame I was looking at. It was like 9:21 or some shit. He went in there, and then by like 9:27 he called the cops. I might be wrong on the time frames. Don't quote me.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he pledged his allegiance to ISIS. But the thing is, I don't believe that ISIS actually knew this was going to take place. Cause
Oh, no,
normally-
they had no idea.
Yeah, they had no idea. They just heard about it, and they're like, "Oh
They just
yeah,
heard
we're
about
gonna
it.
take
We did
that.
that.
We did that.
We did that.
And it's like,
Yeah.
they didn't know. This wasn't a coordinated attack by them. It was just a lone person who pledged their allegiance and said they were gonna do it. So then, on top of that, they decided that they were gonna take, the responsibility of him doing it or whatever.
Yeah. No, they had no idea. It was just like, they were like, oh, yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
They
fucking
did not know that shit. Normally, they put out exactly the details of what it is that had happened, or like, something along the lines of that. That wasn't the case in this scenario.
Mm. Yeah. And it makes no sense for them to be like, hey, go shoot up this gay club. That's a huge, high-profile target. That'll really get them. Yeah. Oh, man. But, yeah, it's stupid. I don't know. It's not. That guy just went crazy. And there's nothing you could have done to stop it. And the police couldn't have stopped him. And unless there were people carrying guns inside the bar, would have helped. Because then they could shoot back. And be like, okay, corral in there. Everyone's got a gun. Pew, 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 pew.
This isn't the Wild West, man. This is, somebody comes in blast and you guys start blasting back. Like, that's what, I don't know, man. That's what a lot of people got to understand about these things, too, man. Like, I mean, I don't know. My personal opinion is, like, this whole gun control thing, I mean, I get it. I get where you're coming from with some of it. Like, there's been too many shootings. Yeah, there has been, but you can't just go and take away all the people's gun rights. And people are fucking nuts, dude. Like, people are fucking crazy. I don't like people because they're fucking stupid. They do stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, they don't think, I don't understand it, right? Like, I don't understand what gives you the motivation to just go out and blast fucking...
I'll tell you. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I'll tell you exactly what gives you that motivation. So, because all these people are, or the media is purporting this, they report all of it, you
Right.
know? So, like, bam, that's his name, up in lights, history, just like every other mass shooter, That's what they're thinking. They're like, well, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's going to know my name, because that seems to be a lot of times what suicidal people want people to do. That's why they leave notes instead of just blowing their brains out. They leave a note with all this stuff, and their girlfriend's going to be mad. You're going to remember their name for the rest of their life. No, they won't get over you in fucking like a week. But, just kidding. So, basically what happens is this, like, well, I'm suicidal. I don't like life anymore. That's what they're thinking. And they're like, I just saw the other day on the news, like for fucking weeks on end, this guy's face and his name and all this stuff over and over again. Let's see if I can beat him out and have a bigger mass shooting so I can get more airtime. It's like they're 15 minutes of fame, and they get to, kill themselves, death by cop. So that's what they're doing, and the fact that we report so much on it.
I mean, we do give it too much attention. Now, granted, the people who have been shot and killed, they deserve the attention because that happened. But don't give the shooter so much attention, man.
Yeah, I actually was there's a website that doesn't publish the shooter's name but does I think it was actually Task and Purpose. They never publish the shooter's name. They just publish what happened. And they say we don't publish shooters' names. And I think that's the way it needs to go down because, honestly, we go into this huge investigation of the shooter's past, like he ate Cheerios at 6:30 in the morning. A hint that he was going to commit a mass murder? It's and the media just eats it up, and I think on top of that they fearmonger whenever they get shit like this going. They're like, I went and bought an AR-15 in 7 minutes. Anybody could do that. It's like, yeah, you're a clean record reporter going into a gun store, legally purchasing a gun. Your background check came back. She hasn't done anything bad in her whole life. You can give her this gun. Yeah, of course, it took you 7 minutes. But so anyway, it goes on to write a whole long article about it, and how guns are bad. And it's like that article got so many views that reporter, probably just some Philadelphia nobody reporter, is probably up like way up here in their ratings right now. And it's probably gonna get picked up because of this fear mongering bullshit.
This shit's ridiculous, though, man. And the other thing that happened. Let's see if I can pull up her name. Yeah, you do it real quick. It'd be easier for you, and you might be able to pull up the article that the Voice singer that got shot at. She was signing at she did like a concert, and she was signing afterwards, and she got shot. And that was like, from the looks of it, there was no motive. Like, the guy drove 100 miles or some shit to go to where she was at just to shoot her after her show, which is fucking ridiculous. Had no
That's
motive,
great.
no connection to her, and just went there and shot her. And that was before this mass shooting at the Orlando place happened. I can't remember. Pulse, at the Pulse nightclub. But that's the thing, too, man. When one thing happens, be prepared, because other things are going to happen, and it happens that way. It brings out all the craziness. And then you had I think it was in California, I might be wrong, where he was going, did you hear about that? There was another shooter going to go to the gay pride parade.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, I'm going to go meet up with my friends. And he had like gasoline and AR-15s with multiple quick change mags and like just crazy shit, man. But that's what happens when one of these situation happens. It starts to bring out all the fucking crazies.
Yep. They all want to come along. And it's ever since the media has gotten bigger, you'll notice a correlation with how the media has been able to report more widespread. And social media, I think, has made it even worse. But that is correlated with how many mass shootings happen. Because I think when someone wants to go down, they're like, well, if I want to go down, I can get a mass shooting, kill a bunch of people with me because I'm angry at the world and I want to die, but I'm going to take everyone with me. That's how it goes.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
That's how it goes. So that's what they're doing, and the media's making it worse. So, I mean, the only mass shootings you don't hear about are the ones that are stopped pretty quickly by a concealed carry holder. But those were dum-dums that went into the wrong spot. They didn't go into a gun-free zone, like a university. A lot of shootings there. Odd. That's what's called a target-rich environment. But yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Is it sharing? Is it sharing screens?
No, not yet.
Alright. Hold on there, lad. What's all this craziness? Oh, no. Yeah. Don't look at that.
Don't look at that.
But anyway, how do I do this?
Not the way you
Okay.
just did.
This one. Yeah. Alright, anyway. So this is the Voice. She was signing autographs.
Say, what's her name?
Killed the performer before fatally shooting himself. Her name was Christina Grimmy, I think. we can confirm that Christina has passed and went home to be with the Lord. The Orlando Police Department also confirmed its official Twitter page that Grimby had died. Police said in a news release that the 22-year-old singer had performed with the band Before You Exit in the Plaza Live in Orlando, and Grimmy was shot as she signed autographs for fans at the merchandise table. Okay, so let's see if there's any motive. It doesn't seem like it at all. No. I mean, you can go over a bunch of ones, but I'm sure it was... There's nothing about the shooter here, which is good.
That is good.
This is good. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't think there must have not been a crazy motive, but that was, when was that happened?
That was 2 days,
June-
I think.
June 11th.
Before.
Yeah.
And that was in the same city, right?
Yeah, same city, Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, I think it was like
Man, that's
4 blocks
crazy.
away.
Yeah. Now, what was the other one we wanted to look at? The other thing.
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Got fucking like divorce in my fucking.
This is what happens when you don't prepare.
Oopily doops. Yeah. Can we edit?
Can we edit this?
Can we edit? Is that possible?
Well, the
Yeah.
bad thing about it too is this one
The podcast, it doesn't matter about the audio, just the video. What?
is that, like I said, since I'm not using my desktop right now, this video is a little bit choppy. It probably like froze on that for a couple of seconds too.
Yeah. That's funny. Yes. Well, I don't got anything else to say. I mean, I could say more, but we're at what? How long? An hour now?
We're at 51 minutes. We'll let it go a little
The
bit
hour-
longer to about an hour. Normally we'll
The-
make it 30 minutes, but since this one's on a big topic of discussion lately, we'll
We didn't really organize anything about it. We're kind of just speaking our minds here and then using some stuff that we already researched.
yeah, this wasn't planned. Like we didn't write down what we're doing. This is all improv off the top of the head, boy.
Off the top of the head, boy. Off the top of the dome.
Yes.
Well, hopefully, I mean, nobody really took offense to what it is, anything that we said. You know, the victims, we do feel sorry for
Look.
them. We do apologize, you know, to the families and feel, you know, we feel for you. We're not trying
I mean,
to be dicks here.
I don't know. Yeah, of course that sucks. But I mean, if you take offense to anything I say, then that kind of sucks for you. I mean, I really don't care. 'Cause if I take offense to something that you say, it's not like I'm gonna be like, wait. Like, okay, so what? You can say, oh, gingers steal souls. Gingers are, you know, let's just, I don't know. There's plenty of stuff that I'm sure I could take offense to, but I really don't care because you say whatever the fuck you want. So I don't care. So if you took offense to something that we said, then I'm sorry you're a sad puppy, and hopefully you feel better about it and have something just as offensive to say back. Yeah. So, that's a whole nother topic, dude. Like, the safe space.
The safe space.
Oh yes, I want to get into that on another one, because when I went to college there for a bit, and I'm planning on going back, but oh man, that was rough.
What
It
happened?
was a rough
What?
time. We'll just save that for another one. I burped, but we'll save that for another one.
Was it that bad?
Yes. Oh my gosh, dude, every day was horrible. It's like free speech is non-existent there. That South Park song, Broadway song, "My safe space, your words can't hurt me, in my safe space. And then reality's trying to get in. Like, dun, dun, dun. His name's Reality. Yes, I'm here to get in your safe space. It's perfect. It's like the exact
I have
description.
no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Anyone, if we even have anybody listening, ever, but will notice that they'll know if they watch South Park.
Yes. They will know.
It's hilarious, boy.
Boy.
But yes, gun control is bad. Now, I think we have a good compromise with where we're at now with the background checks and all that. I mean, technically, if we're going to be constitutionalists and go by the Constitution, I know it says a well-regulated militia in there, but militia's purpose is not to be a part of the government. So the National Guard isn't a militia. The militia is the people, and you could argue that well-regulated part, whatever. I don't want to go too far deep into it because it's a whole long thing. But I think where we're at right now with the background checks and making sure felons can't get guns, stuff like that. And I think that's pretty solid. I think we have a solid ground there to stop people who could do harm with their guns. Not that it's totally constitutional to say they can't have them, but whatever. Anyway, besides that, adding anything else on is just being retarded. Like, then you're just taking, like, I fucking have an AR, and I'm about to buy myself right now. Actually, before we started this call, I was buying a brand new MDR, which is like a AR. All right, it's a semi-automatic, magazine-fed weapon that is bullpup, is badass, and 30-round mags. I'm gonna put a drum mag, 100 rounds, and then I was also gonna buy a freaking SRS Covert or something like that, Desert Tech. It's a sniper rifle.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. I was gonna buy that. It's all in all about $10,000. I'm not gonna buy them all at the same time, of course, but I'm gonna buy the MDR first. It's about $3,000 right there, and that's going
You
to
should
be
buy the
nice.
SRS first, boy.
Dude, I want to. You should see. I'll screen share you this shit, boy.
Let's see
I'm
it.
telling you, my boy. Like, hold on.
All right. Well, before we continue this with this real quick, let's go ahead and end this. We're at 57 minutes. I put the names of the victims up on the screen as well, so that you can, see it. They get their respect.
Yes.
The shooter's name is not up there. I am not talking about the shooter.
Good.
I am not giving him any.
Fuck that guy. He doesn't need any credit. The only people's names should be the victims, which is too bad. My condolences to the LGBT community. That's rough that they would pick, your community to shoot at. But I mean, if it was any other community, they would have my condolences as well. So there's nothing different between you and other communities. But my condolences regardless.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's sad, man.
Take-
Regardless
yeah.
of what community it is, whether it's black, whites, greens, purples, oranges,
It doesn't matter.
lesbians,
Yeah,
bis, gays, transsexuals, or
that's part of
straight,
being a libertarian free nation. Is doesn't matter. So regardless, it's either way. I'm saying my condolences to the LGBT community because that's who it happened to. So, yep. Take some time to look over the names of the victims and stuff and familiarize yourself. And if you feel so obliged, maybe write a letter. I don't know.
I did hear that. They are also doing, I guess,
Oh,
GoFundMe stuff. They
the
got over
GoFundMe.
like $5.3 million or something from what I got on my phone yesterday. So the awareness is
Yeah,
out
they're
there. Let's see. Do you have the webpage for that? We can put that up there real quick before we bounce off. What is this?
Just put it up on the thingy.
Yeah, I gotta see if I can find it real quick. Let's see.
I mean, 5. Yeah. Yeah, so there's fundraisers out there to help with I'm hoping funeral proceeds and stuff like that, and I don't know what else it's helping for.
Let's see if I can find it real quick. Alright, yes, I did find it. It is now at
7 million, I'm guessing.
4,476,783.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna put this right here. Let me get this for you. Once again, we do apologize too for the choppiness of the stream. I'm running on my laptop right now. My monitor is getting fixed for my desktop, and that's normally runs better. So apologize for that. I'm waiting for this to pop up, and I'll stick it on there, and then that will be the end of this video.
Yes, yes. Yes. Hey. Have you stopped it yet?
Not yet. I'm trying to. All right, this is the video right here. This thing's going really slow, man. I hate this laptop. But anyway,
Have you stopped it yet?
this is it right here. www.gofundme.com/pulsevictimsfund.
GoFondleMe.com.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.com.
GoFundMe.com/pulsevictimsfund. They are now at 4,476,783 out of looks like 6 million. So they are close to their goal. They've gotten there in about 3 days with the help of 95,824 people. So once again, condolences to the family, and sorry to hear about that situation. Let's give the victims their credit, but let's not give the shooter any credit. Don't let him get any more than what he's already done.
Yes.
But yes. All right. This is Dom the Don. This is Mr. E. Pill.
Yeah. You can call me Snake.
All right, guys. But appreciate it. The next videos will be better. They will not be slow and choppy like this one. But I hope y'all appreciate it and had a good time. All right, we'll catch y'all later. Bye.